Alright, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Tribulations. Last time, we unveiled that our witness, Miss Foster, was not actually Miss Foster. She was Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dun dun dun.
Surprise! It's not
We
like
already knew that though.
we went through the first case already, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, now we're talking about the incident with the dude.
With Dahlia
the kidnapping
and what
from 5
happened,
years
a
ago.
fake kidnapping, yep. So, this one.
This one.
Present the map on this one, because,
Present
like,
the map because...
if he pushed her, she would have hit the rocks. Like,
yeah.
there's no way.
Nope.
You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. It was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible. Possible? I asked the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago. The bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible.
Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may be higher back then.
But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level couldn't have made a difference. She's right, you know.
Yeah. Even if there was water there 5 years ago, she still would have
hit the
crashed into the
bedrock.
rocks.
She still would have died.
You're right. If the witness occurred, if the witness occurred, if the events occurred just as the witness has testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this?
You see,
Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never said she fell from the back end of the bridge.
What do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have minimally pushed her off the side of the bridge.
Oh, really? You mean with all those fucking, like, wires and shit up? Yeah, okay. That fucking happened, you idiot.
Yeah, he got disoriented and thought he was in the Royal Rumble, and then he tried to eliminate her into the river. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Oh, Miss Hawthorne, Mr. Edwards' explanation correct.
Now that you mention it...
Now that you mention it, oh yeah, that did happen.
I do remember now when I fell off the bridge. My skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious.
Order in the court. Seems this way assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwillingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible.
Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it?
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. The witness's photo. I
The
think.
witness's photo?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's right.
we'll go with that.
Your Honor, all the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there. No!
But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Where there shouldn't be a problem for him. He could be picked up a 14-year-old girl
He
and
was
thrown her
shot in
over.
the hand! For fuck's sake, Edgeworth. Jesus Christ. So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Paul's been shot in the right arm.
Ah,
And more importantly, Dahlia Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. No, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible.
Gah.
Ha!
Order. What is the meaning of this?
Dahlia Hawthorne. You jumped into the Eagle River intentionally.
What is this? Indeed. What do you mean by this ridiculous remark?
Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help you. She had her partner handcuffs. She couldn't. Jumping into the raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. Yes, you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current.
Because she is a swimmer. Or
Apparently. Or a mermaid. But even more so.
So she's not a little angel now, she's a little mermaid.
Yes. She's not your teen angel, she's your teen mermaid. The witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Oh, then what was it? What was so important that you want to jump into the river?
Now we present the diamond. The
Now
witness
we
is
do.
still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River.
It's the no. Just kidding. It's the diamond this time.
It's her camera.
Yeah, it is.
5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond.
No, it can't be.
Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million. She was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping.
Bang. Sploosh.
At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river. With the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. Oh,
Why, that's simply ridiculous.
she's pissed.
This man is fuck.
Uh-oh.
Order! Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plot?
This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You think she participated in her sister's kidnapping?
Yes. Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
What do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Dahlia. And then she told her what she was planning to do.
Planning to do? She's going to tell the whole truth. But she wrote in her note.
That is what sealed Dahlia Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
Who is that, living in a time like this?
Forgive me, it's just hilarious.
Witness, is that you?
You amuse me, woman, Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14 I plotted it with Mr. Falls, my sister. Well, and one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? You can't provide evidence of to at least show that.
Well, Miss Fey.
I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Fey. Are you stupid or something? Ugh. How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Well, it seems that we've come to an end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I'm forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Of course you are. Is this it? Is it really over? That girl has made a fool of me, and there's nothing I can do about it.
But evidence the trial's over. Who decided that?
Mr. Armando!
Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out yet that you can make your own rules? For example, if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
Testimony?
The day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fall's stolen car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who can testify that that demon woman's crimes? Terry Falls.
Yep. No, it's Gumshoe. Bring Gumshoe out. No, it's Terry Falls.
Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness.
A new witness?
Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls.
The defendant.
There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role was in the Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in this photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Falls.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what's your take on this?
Let them have cake.
Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left.
Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valley betrayed me.
Mr. Falls? I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million.
That's not true. Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne, or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised to never ever betray each other.
Terry?
Dahlia, it's true. You are alive.
Oh, that's weird that they keep switching the two of them. You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad.
Tell the truth. Tell the real truth. I believed in you.
I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
Dahlia. I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and only once. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness! Gah! Eek! I'm sorry, I apologize. Water, please, water. Can't talk, need water. Oh well, I guess I'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself. Wah. To Terry Falls saw. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody into that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked. Then she left. That was Valerie. Not my Dahlia.
Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you?
That's enough, Miss Faye. My last statement is a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence?
There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think.
Okay, I already see what's wrong with this.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah, don't. Next statement.
Next statement.
Present the witness's photo.
Here?
Yeah.
I don't...
She wasn't there, yet clearly she's on the side where the bridge is broken. She got there before him. He's lying.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one.
The other, yeah, this one.
This one.
Yep. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge, you're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying.
Huh? Wah. Wah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, of the irrational in this, Miss Faye.
You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right?
But it's the victim at the end of the bridge.
Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Falls? Please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. I don't like that.
Around 4 o'clock. It's true.
I don't like that pose he's making when he, like, coughs like that. Suspicious.
Maybe he's broken up. I had somewhere to go. Special place. Did you go to the special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore that we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent a love.
A memento?
5 years ago, I hid it under the base of a tree there. It's a special memory for me.
Oh no.
This is it. This is what I went to get.
Oh no.
Oh no. This little bottle and necklace is your memento. It's quite charming, but looks empty.
Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But then he left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
No! Indeed, there was enough time for it.
I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Mr. Falls? Oh.
Oh. That's enough. Please. Witness. I promised her 5 years ago.
No.
If it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle.
No!
No! Stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess. I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this.
No, we are so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No, Don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia. Again.
Mr. Falls!
Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee.
Mr. Falls! So my first trial ended suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners. Only losers. I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal Dahlia Hawthorne. She left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. Ugh.
Unforgivable. That witch.
Mr. Armando.
We're so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You're so a little too soft, kitten.
It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Don't cry, kitten. You're gonna make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew that I wasn't cut out for this.
Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet.
Oh shit.
The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Mr. Armando.
No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time, and then you file them away and eventually forget them. One year later in this very same courthouse, I, myself, got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect, angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, you couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that made me remember all of this. Episode 4.
Uh-oh.
Turnabout Beginnings. The end. There's a new episode, though, so that's good.
Man.
Bridge to Turnabout. Alright. So, your thoughts?
So fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
So,
So that's,
that case is really messed up, and
Yeah.
it ties into the first case a lot.
mhm.
Because I don't know if everyone is familiar with this or not, but in the first case, Dahlia killed Doug Swallow and tried to pin it on Phoenix Wright.
Yes.
And the evidence that we used tied back to a case that happened a year earlier where the person who died was Diego Armando. So
Yep.
we just met this guy.
Yes, we did.
And then, however long it was between, that case and this other case, I actually don't remember. I think it's like 2 years or something.
Between this case and the first case?
Sorry, no. No, between the first case and
The second case?
no. Sorry, it's I don't remember because Mia makes a mention where she said my first Grossberg's like, "Oh, this is your first time in court," and she's like, "No, it's my second."
Yeah.
So what I was trying to say was I don't remember the time difference between this case and the first case.
It's a
Like
year,
how?
I think.
So
Pretty sure it's a year.
it's a year and then it's another year because
No, I don't think it's 2 years.
yeah, because of the
Is
no,
it?
no, 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 no. So in the first case when
Yes.
we're defending Phoenix,
Yes.
he met Dahlia a year earlier in the courthouse.
Yes.
So when did killing Diego and Terry's death, when did that happen? Also a year ago? Because that would be 2 years.
It wasn't a
That's
year
what I
ago,
was
but it was
asking.
like a few months, I think.
Yeah, I
I'm pretty
don't
sure it was a couple months, like
remember.
6 months, I think. It might have been 6 months.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't think it was another year, though. It could have been. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose stage is set now for the last case.
Yeah.
We know, well, it's pretty
Phoenix
obvious
knows
at
about
this
this
point.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have Phoenix to get back to. Why is he in the hospital? I assume we'll
Yeah,
find that
that's
out.
here.
Well, yeah. Anything else you had to say about this case?
No, just that
It's fucked up.
it's yeah, it's really messed up that she
Her death count would have been 4 if there was any poison in the bottle that Phoenix ate.
yeah.
Instead, she's on 3.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Ugh.
Alright. Next time we come back to Phoenix Wright and Tribulations, we'll start the 5th case. And we'll see where that takes us.
Mm-hmm.
So, until then. Bye.